What is up, awesome people, and welcome back to my Pokemon trading card game, Card Openings. Alrighty, so the last time we caught up for one of these, we did a booster box opening for the Flashfire expansion. Right, so as I mentioned in one of those episodes for Flashfire, I think it was when I was doing my Garchomp gift box opening or my Charizard EX box opening, it was one of those two. I mentioned I had a trainer kit on the way for the 6th generation cards. This was to, I think this was introduced just before, just around the time that the Kalos Legends expansion came out, just before the X and Y expansion came out. They kind of came out together. Anyways, it was the trainer kit for the 6th generation cards anyway. It's to help those who are looking at going into the card game, like just as a first timer thing, no experience whatsoever behind the card game, to help them get into the whole competitive side of the game, I suppose, because these are the only reason ones you get, because when you get the play kit, or the actual play mat, it's more in depth on how you play and all that. The deck is more suited for beginners since it is only a half deck, I suppose you could say, because it's only got 30 cards in it. These do count towards a collection though. They actually do come up on Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, which is bizarre. I didn't think the trainer kit would actually count. But yeah, I'm going to do an opening on it tonight just to show you guys what's inside of it. These are pretty cool because I did get the 5th generation one because I was actually just getting back into the card game just around that point in time, because I came very late back into the trading card in 4th generation. I think I did it when I remember buying my first deck again when Glaceon and Leafeon decks were out. So I bought the trainer kit to just remind me on how to play, because no one to play with, had to play with myself and teach my little sister. But yeah, the trainer kits do bring back memories for me. So yeah, let's rack into this thing. So as I said, it's a Sylveon and Noivern deck. So I did say there's so far no decks or any expansion in the 6th generation so far that contains this Sylveon. I actually lied. There is actually, in the Furious Fist deck, there is a Sylveon deck, which is kind of cool in a way. As for poor Noivern, though, Noivern has no love as of yet. So, also speaking about the new Furious Fist decks, I've got to do a video on that because there's a lot of information out for Furious decks, and there's also been a update on a future release as well. So I've got quite a lot of trading card news to do. So that's a bit of update there for my channel as well. And I can't get into this thing, unfortunately. Man, how do I crack open this thing? From the side, maybe? There we go, the side. Alright. Okay, so, whoop. That's what it looks like on the inside without the cover. So we've got a little coin there we can use. We've got 230 deck, excuse me, 230 card decks with the selected holographic foil cards. So Sylveon and Noivern will be the holographics. There's also 2 guided game booklets to teach you how to play the game step by step. There's also 2-player play mat with great game tips as well. There's also damage counters inside of there and special condition markers. There's also an illustrated deck box, which are freaking awesome. I love them. And a special code for the trading card game, of course, since, as I said, I found it pretty strange that there's actually codes for this on the trading card game online. Alright, so I'm just going to whip out the little coin. So there it is. That's the little coin that comes with it. It's got Fennekin, Froakie, and Chespin on it. It's just a little silver one. As I said, I've got a massive collection of these coins already, though I really don't mind because I love looking through, selecting different coins each time I play a game. And as for the decks themselves, I'm just going to grab them out. I'll have a look what else is here. You did not see anything for that. So there's our damage counters, and again, I do love how in the 6th generation cards they come with a 100 damage counter. As I said in the previous ones, they've only had 50 and 10s, but no 100. So I'm glad they included that because that was kind of a pain when it came to playing the game. Also, we've got our special conditions there, so we've got burn and poison. And as for those who do play the game would know that sleep and paralysis are actually rotating the card, which kind of eliminates the need for other needs of coins. But I won't be needing them because I've got the coins that came with the Elite Trainer box, which are 100 times better than those ones. We've also got the Trainer Kit books, the How to Play books. So there's two of them. There's one for Neuven and there's one for Slivion. So without a doubt, I'm pretty sure how this works is it actually tells you how to use this specific deck. So I'm looking at the Neuven one at the moment. It tells you what's inside of it, which looks like there's Darkness Energy cards. Awesome. So it actually goes through and tells you how to go about using this deck, which is really cool. It gives you some idea on how to use a dragon deck too, because this would, well, given it's Neuven, it's a dragon card. Sweet. I won't go through and read this in like entire depth, but I might read that as a bit of a like light reading. Same thing with Slivion, it'll tell you how to use the fairy decks. Fairy deck isn't exactly that hard from what I've seen so far. Well, there you go, I haven't really sat down and looked at fairy decks all that much, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. There's our trainer box, our little deck box, which is pretty cool, so you just slot that together. Let's make that up right now for you guys to show you what it looks like. Not really that hard to put together. Slip that down, and there we are. So there's the back of it, there's the front of it. It looks pretty neat. It's just a shame they're nothing a bit stronger than cardboard. Oh well, they still look pretty neat. Alright, so then we've got our play mat, which is freaking massive by the looks of it. And then again, all the play mats for every theme deck I think is massive. Oh look. And there's like a little mini thing inside of it telling you what to do. Alright, so that's all the boring stuff out of the road. That took 7 minutes to do. Oh wow. Alright, so time to look at the actual cards. As I said, there's 30 in each of these mini little decks. You can put them together and go for a mega deck, but I don't know how well that'll work. So first up, we've got our Slivion foil card. It's got Disarming Voice and Fairy Wind. So Disarming Voice only does 20, and the defending Pokemon is now confused, whilst Fairy Wind does a base 60 damage, requires 1 Fairy and 2 energy cards of any type. So that's a pretty cool card. There's also a Slivion gift box as well. I'm trying to, hopefully that will come in the next 2 weeks or so for me. I did order one, so I'll do a box opening on that. That was the only other place where you can get a Slivion card until the theme deck comes out for Furious Fist. We've also got Granbull, we've got Professor's Letter, we've got Snubbull, we've got Pokeball, we've got Fairy Energy, we've got Potion. We got Pokemon Catcher, which is awesome, so that does make a return in this expansion of cards as well. That was a really good card to use. We have Furfuru again, so Furfuru seems to pop up in every expansion. This could be one of those common cards. So, it's alright, I suppose. Not as good as the Furcoot one. We have Eevee, we have Potion, we have Fletching again, another one of those common cards which is going to annoy the hell out of me. We have another Fairy Energy, another Fairy Energy, another Furfuru, another Slivion, this is the non-hollow one. We have another Granbull, Eevee, Fairy Energy, Snubbull, Fairy Energy, Fairy Energy, Fairy Energy, Fairy Energy. We have Switch, another oh my god, Fletching, and that's the last card. Also another thing to note out is the reason why this is considered a collection, I suppose, is if you have a look at the bottom there, it actually says 1 out of 30 there, and if you look on the energy cards as well, it will say 2 out of 30 for the energy cards, so it does actually count a number for energy cards as well. And there's also a picture of Slivion as well, which does deem it as a collection, I suppose, in that matter of speaking. Right, so that was the Slivion half deck. That was pretty cool, and I will whack this into a folder as well after this episode as well. So let's move on to the Neuven deck. Alright, so this is going to be a dragon deck, so this is going to be a really interesting deck, and we'll give you some idea of how to run a dragon deck. So we've got a hollow Neuven there to begin with, 110 health, it's of course a dragon card. First move is Second Bite, requires 2 energy cards of any type, does base 20 damage. The attack does 10 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. And its final move is Sonic Bazooka, 60 base damage, requires 1 Psychic Energy, 1 Dark Energy card, and 1 energy card of any type. Flip a coin if heads, this attack does 30 more damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Alright, so from there we've got Switch, we've got Darkness Energy, we've got Potion, we've got Dark Energy, Psychic Energy, Professor's Letter, Noibat, Darkness Energy, Pokeball, Furfrou, again same moves but different artwork. We've got Darkness Energy, Pumpkaboo, Psychic Energy, Ekans, Potion, Pokemon Catcher, Noiva non-holo version. We've got the Noibat, we've got the Pumpkaboo, Psychic Energy, Psychic Energy, Psychic Energy, seems Psychic is pretty main in this one. We've got Bunnelby, Arbok, Gorgus, Spoink, and that's the last card. Alright, so that's about it for this one. That's pretty much all the trainer kit is. It's just a basic little half deck. Well, contains 2 half decks with 30 cards. Makes up a collection, comes up with a lot of neat little things for beginners. So if you are a beginner to the Pokemon trading card game and want to get into it competitively with the card building and all that, I actually highly suggest getting a trainer kit. It'll actually lead you in the direction that you need to know about how to build cards, how to use cards, and all that fancy stuff you need to know about the trading card game as far as competitive things go. I will definitely be reading it because it's been so long since I've done anything in regards to deck building. I know I did a little bit of player versus player when the 5th generation cards came out, a little bit with the X and Y cards. Haven't really done anything for the 6th generation cards in all honest sense. I did build a lot of them for 5th generation, so I'm going to be reading that myself, just catching up on a few pointers, any different rule changes. I don't think there's been any rule changes off the top of my head anyway. So yeah, even someone like myself who has basic knowledge of it, just sound knowledge of it, a little bit of previous experience, I still need to review rules and hints as well. So yeah, as I said, beginners of the game, definitely worth buying. Collectors, worth buying because it is a collection thing as well. For those who are just casual to the game, know about competitive building, all that, and are competitive deck players, probably not so much, unless any of the cards take your fancy. Which I don't think they will, because a lot of them are just basic cards. But yeah, I think that's all I've got to say for this episode. So in the next episode, there is going to be 3 of them. I have the 3 Kalos Legends tins. Now these were released, I think, halfway through this month. I think somewhere between 16th of June or something like that. It's now near the end of the month. I only just got them yesterday, so I shall be doing an opening for them. Can't show on screen because I haven't actually unwrapped them from the package yet, and they won't actually fit on screen. So I'll actually show them on screen in the next episode. So until then, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!